Hello, friends. Welcome to Productivity Sprints for Saturday. So we can do things and be productive and things. Yeah, that's where we're at. Hold on, wait. How's everyone doing today? It's Saturday. Hopefully you've all had a great day. I'm still a little sick in the throat, at least. I feel good everywhere else, but I feel like I have just a blockage in my airways, and it makes me keep having to cough, and it's not fun, and I don't recommend it for anybody, but that's the life we're living currently. So all of the fun and the joy. Let's see who's here. The Book Hermit is here, or was here. Are they still here? We'll never know unless they tell us. Dropping by a few hours early to like the boop. Yep, and share the love. That's exactly what that says. Hello, Eva. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Mars and Bex, Amanda and Cool Gamer and Purple Dragonfly. All the things. That is not what I clicked on. Losing steam, so hoping this will kickstart me. We hope that we can do that for you. That is what we're here for. Mars is just vibing today, which is also totally fine. Hello, Nina. Hello, Jen. Tried to get the blue out of my hair and failed. I got most of it a pretty red color, but the back is gray-green. So tomorrow I'm getting a pixie cut to cut off all the back. To get rid of blue, you would need orange? You can also orange, yes. You also could do, instead of cutting, I mean, I know you already have a plan, but you also could do like a color remover and pull the color out. That might help. I've had many a problem with hair. Very stressful week, so vibing is the best I can do at the moment. That's absolutely fine. You can hang out with Merlin. She too will be vibing and showing everybody her butthole, as she does. It worked, just not at the back. The blue was rooted. I have that problem with red. Red stays in my hair so bad. Like the tiniest hint of a red color will stay forever. Hello, in need of sprints. That's what we're here for. Did that and bleached it. At this point, my hair will be thanking me for the cut. Okay, fair enough. Love the kitty. She loves you too. She's this is her time. This is her show. We just live here. Can I help you, Merlin? We get really bad some days where we just, sit here and listen to her purr for a minute or 5. And she likes to rub her face on the microphone, so. She actually is not the world's friendliest cat. She actually hates everybody except for Bex. Bex she likes for some reason. I don't know what the reason is, other than Bex is cool. But she doesn't even like my mom. Lives here. Got a small moment of purr ASMR. I mean, that's what she's here for. Hoping to read One Dark Window and then go back to reading Flawless. Excellent. As you can see, I'll be reading A Death in Door County still. it's due back to the library, I think today. So it's going to be late. But I need to finish that. And I'm also going to be working on my bookshelves because, as you can see, yay, not last week, but the week before, because last week I was sick, so we canceled. But the week before, when Margaret was here, I was working on reorganizing my bookshelves. And I did I decided that I didn't like what I was doing because I was going just to do alphabetical by author's last name. And I got through the end of B's and went, I hate this. And then just threw books back on the shelves. I've got books sitting over here on my step ladder because I have to have a step ladder to get to the shelves by the ceiling. And I hate it. So I'm going to pull every book off the shelf and sort them by genre and then decide what I'm going to do after that. So that's probably what I'll be working on tonight while I'm listening to A Death in Door County. I was pre-obsessed with Merlin before I met her, so she may have just sensed the worship. I mean, it's also possible. Ma'am, you are a problem, and I like you. My cats only like me when I'm in the kitchen and in cat food reach. I mean, that is also fair. Merlin likes me all the time, except when I want her to like me, which is about it. Pre-obsessed is a very funny concept. We all love Merlin. We're pre-obsessed with her as well. Hello, Ro. Welcome. Ro, are you the one that I was talking to about the Summoner series by Taran Matharu when I read it forever and 300 years ago? I think you were. Whether you were or you weren't, here's the tale. I finished the trilogy this week, and I gave all 3 books in the trilogy 5 stars. So it was a fantastic time. Oh, it was, Ro. I win $1 million. Yes. Yes, I gave all 3 books in the main trilogy 5 stars. The prequel, but that's mostly because you know everything that's going to happen because they talk about it during the, like, everything that happens in the prequel is stuff that gets talked about during the main trilogy. So it wasn't as interesting, but very good still. Merlin also chases hands for scritchies. She does do that. Might redo my shelves this weekend. I gave up at B. I got to B and gave up. So, that's the way we roll. Hello, Bree. Welcome. Bree is listening to The X Appeal by Kathy Yardley for Scatagorathon, which I am decidedly not doing because this is a no-rule April. I read whatever I want other than what the library dictates. Mars is reading the invocations on page 150. See how far I can get. Excellent. I'm excited for you. I hope you enjoy it. We'll be taking a break to watch at least one episode of anime at some point because I can't read and eat ice cream at the same time. That's the best reason to stop reading is to eat ice cream. So I can understand that. I would like to cuddle with my cat, but she also really likes to random bite me for no reason. I have a little baby bite mark on my hand from where Raja bit me the other day. But to be fair, I was trying to pull a tick off of her in a very not flattering place. So, that is how it rolls sometimes. Yeah, the adult debut, I think, came out this month or comes out this month. But I want to read the second series before I hop into the adult series. This is what happens when you get 8 years behind on someone's books. When you just let them sit on your shelf from 2016, 2017 on and don't read them. I have my books sorted by author's last name, but that's after I've taken out my favorite authors and the miscellaneous stuff like poetry, plays, nonfiction, manga, etc. So only a portion of my books are sorted alphabetically. I don't like the way they look next to each other. Like, that's the part that I don't like. I don't like the way that they look next to each other. It's not even like having my favorites mixed in or whatever that bothers me. It's just that they're just so different. Like, they have completely different vibes, and I need the vibes to match, and the vibes do not match. So I'm going to sort them by genre, and then maybe once they're sorted by genre, do it by author last name, or it might just all be by vibes. I don't know. So it needs a refresh for sure, because they've been like this since I put them up, which was like a year ago. So enjoying the invocation so far, though it's a bit weird that the bonus concept in the special edition is for House of Hollow and not, the invocations. Bonus content, not bonus concept. You know what? I didn't even read it. So pure chaos. Books by author are together. That's it. I can get behind that. All aesthetics, sort of genre, mostly by size and vibes. That's what mine are right now. They're sorted by genre and then like size and vibes. But I'm not happy with where the genres are specifically, mostly because when I did it, I was facing this direction. So like these are the books that I was looking at all the time when I was like, looking next to me, and it made me happy. But now I'm looking at these books, and not that I don't like these books, but I've had to like move things because the cats are like taking over the shelves and living over here. And so it's just like a hodgepodge of crazy. And yeah, so I want to move things around. I want to do things. I want to live my life. Before I did alphabetically, my books were sorted by full series versus partial series versus standalone. And then within those, I split it by paperback and hardcover. I have seen that before. I have definitely done that before where it's like the longer series. So if you start, if you have like a 12-book series, you would start there and then it would go down until you got to standalones. I have done that, but I had very, very many less books than what I have now. So, hello, Maria. Happy Saturday. Reading The Body in the Garden, and it's on chapter 6. Excellent. Well, we are going to hop over and start a 45-minute sprint. I think this is the button I need to hit. It is. Go me. I would like a raise. We're going to do a 45-minute sprint. I'm going to read and work on book organization, and y'all are going to do whatever y'all are going to do. And then we'll come back and see. I don't want to eat your tail. And we'll see how everybody did. See you guys in 45. Hi, how'd everybody do? I just got to a really good part of this book, and I'm very sad that, like, I had to come back. Because good parts of books, you know? I'm somewhere around page 97-ish, and we're just getting the backstory on how the main character's parents died, and it's, like, right in the middle of it. So, naturally, that's when the timer went off, because that's how timers work. And also, look at this mess behind me, isn't it pretty? I have a lot of books. Don't know if you were aware, but I have a lot of books, and trying to sort them by genre is fun? Question mark. Hmm. Currently have sortings such as YA, YA contemporary, no magic. YA contemporary, magic. YA mystery thriller. YA historical magic. YA historical no magic. So, like, I'm really sorting them out as much as possible. I just got to the adult books. And then some people, oh, it's over here. Some people just get their own whole section because there's 5 stacks of Susan Dennard books right here. And this isn't all of them. So some people just get their own stack of books because I have so many that it's silly to sort them in genres. Because who has that much space? And I'm only 2 shelves. One, 2. Let's call this 5 shelves, and then call this one 4. And I am 1, 2, 3, 4-ish shelves in. So I still have 5-ish shelves to go. This is not going to be fun for anyone involved, including me. Let's see. We had some friends join us. Jessica popped in, outlining current Hades and Persephone retelling. Excellent. Da-da. Quit going to that part of the thing. Thank you. Hello, Reader's Treat. Welcome. Listen to more of Amari and the Great Game. Should be able to finish in the next sprint. Did you say you weren't enjoying the second book as much as the first book? Did I hear that earlier when I was not at my computer listening to Brianna and Brittany talk? Was that you? Hello, Maria. Welcome. Mars is 2 pages away from hitting the midpoint in the invocations. Also at a bad part to stop. Living the dream. The ending sound got me. I read 7 picture books. Listen, I even turned it down. It's a lot louder than that. I guess as I go forward, I need to find a new sound when I'm in those, but I haven't made one in like 6 months. So one of these days I'll catch up and make some new timers. But today is not that day. I read 1 chapter and had to fix a late dinner. What did you make for dinner? The world must know. Bex is working on baseball screenplay. Told you about ages ago that I'm writing with Marnie. We're in the editing process. So far, so good. Excellent. Jessica's got 528 words added to the outlines and solidified in my mind how much of a jerk one character is going to be. Not that I hadn't already established that, of course. You know, sometimes they change their mind, though. Like, you'll have like a perfect idea of this character, and then as you're writing them, they're like, you know what would be cool if I was a completely different person. So, speaking of Brittany, she's here. Just got back from the store. Need to read What is Love. How did the non-cowboy belt buckle search go? Must know. It is a lot of shelves. It is a lot of shelves. Technically, it's a lot of shelves. I guess I could have counted this one too. I didn't count this one. The one directly behind me. Though it mostly just holds like 10 books that fit in this corner. So, doesn't really count. I don't know. It's fine. It was you. Look at me remembering things from sprints prior to my own. Maria's working on a diamond painting now that I want to reorganize my bookshelf. Working on a diamond painting now. I want to reorganize it. Yep, that is what that says. Oh no, we're talking he commits mass unaliving and nobody in his realm but him is allowed to show emotion with a penalty of unaliving. Okay. I see where you're going with that. Like he was a bad person, but you figured out the extent of the bad. I get that. I get behind that, actually. I like a bad character every now and then. There's a human coming. I told you, there was a person coming. It was mi madre. She left me a dog. But it's just Twixie. It's not my big baby. He did not come in. Anywho, I am enjoying this book. The Death in Door County. A Death in Door County. This is actually for my what's it called? The library. It's for the Library Explorer episode 3, technically. So I should probably do an update before I start reading again after this during this next sprint. But you know, I started reading this forever ago. Like I said, I think I'm pretty sure it was due today. I probably should look up and see when it was due. I might be able to take it in tomorrow. If I finish it today, which is my goal. The library is out of Eclipse classes. They do not have any more. Per the library. That's okay, because I already got mine. Oh, they just put me in for another month, so it's not due until 5/4. Nobody must have wanted it, because they just re-upped they renewed it. Cool. Anywho. Surprisingly, they did not have one. Such a surprise. But they did have a decorative wooden O in the craft section that was approved for him to make it how he wishes. Okay. That's cool. I can get behind that. So my mom, as a lot of you know, we have horses. And so my mom is like equestrian-y. She rides horses on trails. And she has some friends that are like very cowboy-ish. Though they're women. So cow lady-ish, cowgirl-ish, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And I've known these people since I was a small child. So like I've known these people forever. But her one friend is like the giant belt buckle lady. Like I think some of her belt buckles probably weigh as much as she does. She's a very tiny lady. And she wears like massive belt buckles and has like the pants with like all of the rhinestones on the butt and just like 100% just like I love it. She cracks me up. I love her. She's great people. Chloe's going insane right now, sprinting all over the apartment. Why for? Doth thou do so? Cowfolk. Exactly. That is literally what I'm going to be saying for hours the next 2 days of work. Apparently, we got 134 phone calls about Eclipse classes at our library today. Please save me tomorrow. My mom went in like middle of last week and got about 10 pair, which they're technically, I think, only supposed to give out like 4. But mom was getting them for my cousin who does foster care. So she has 10 foster kids currently. And she didn't get enough when she was in because 10 foster kids. So mom got some extras for her, and then we have a couple for us. So I shall be taking them to work with me because we are going to go outside during work. Where I live at, we are at 98% of totality. So we live fairly close to the totality line. So it should be interesting to see. Hello, Neva. Welcome, welcome. Let us know what you're doing. I would have been shocked to find one, but this isn't my first shopping trip for weird things, and we just figure it out. Yeah. When I was a teenager, we used to do like midnight Walmart shopping because, back then Walmarts were all open all night long. And one of my friend's moms, we would just like get in the car and she would drive us to like random Walmarts because I live in rural. So there's Walmarts everywhere. And we would just drive to like 6 or 7 Walmarts in the middle of the night for absolutely no reason and just buy like the weirdest stuff. And it was good memory making. You find weird things in the middle of the night in like the Walmart discount aisles, back in 2003, way back in the 80s. Creative solutions, problem solving skills. Absolutely. Chloe now has the crinkle ball in her mouth and she just punched herself trying to swat at it. I love my idiot cat. I too love your idiot cat. I love my idiot cats too. So I feel like cats are so dumb, but they're so much fun. I miss 24-hour Walmarts. Me too. I miss it. Like, I don't know how people who don't work normal shifts, for instance, Neva doesn't work normal shifts, are able to get things that they need. Because when I worked second shift, when I was in the restaurant industry, like I would literally get off work at like 1 or 2 in the morning, go to the grocery and buy all of my groceries that I needed for the week or however long, and then go home. Because you couldn't I don't live in town. I live like 30 minutes from town. So I couldn't go into town and do my grocery shopping before work because then everything would sit in the car and go bad. So I'd have to like make a trip in, half-hour trip in, go grocery shopping, come home, and then take another half-hour trip back into town to go to work. Nobody wants that. So like, I don't know. Why? You tell me, we'll both know. It is the fun. Hoy vey. Okay. Lisa's here. Here for friendship and vibes, not for working. Listen, that's fine. You can be here for friendship and vibes. But we're going to get ready to do another sprint. We're going to do another 45-minute sprint. I think we're going to do 3 tonight. 3 sounds good. Mostly because I'm already starting to get... I have to just do it on the days I'm off, or I send my brother to do it during the day before we moved. I just got everything delivered. Yeah, I don't live close enough to get things delivered either. So, yeah, it's not... Yeah, I'm glad I have a normal daytime schedule at this current moment in time. We're going to do 2 more. We're going to do this one, and then we'll have a chatty, and then we'll do 1 more. And they will both be 45-minute sprints. So, just because my voice is casually leaving. So, okay. No, come back, Wayne. All right. That's what I wanted. I'm like, how do I do this? I forget. I haven't done this for a whole week. Okay. See you guys in 45. Hello, friends. Welcome back. Let us know. How did you do? What did you accomplish? All of the things. I am now around page 158. So somewhere's around about 50% of A Death in Door County. Am I enjoying it? I guess. I don't really know. It's one of those things where it's like, this is my problem with the library books. I'm not 100% sure like what the genre is supposed to be. It's a mystery because it says it's a mystery. So like the mystery aspect is fine, but as far as like the rest of it, I'm not sure if it's doing what it's supposed to do because I'm not sure what it's supposed to do, if that makes any sense. Also, more books. I'm surrounded. I am surrounded by books. I still have one, two, like half of that one, half of that one, half of that one. So 2 shelves. I don't think I'm pulling that one down because that's all of like my nostalgia books. It's where I keep like the House of Night and Hunger Games and other things we don't talk about on the internet. Those all stay clear up top. So probably just that one and that one and that one. Those might actually stay up there because it's only 2 authors. So, and that's probably going to stay there because it's just 1 author. I'll probably take down that, which is what I alphabetized the other day. And then be done. You know, plus organizing all the things. So, you know, it's fine. It's totally fine. Okay, let's see. Who arrived? Elaine arrived. Kelly popped in. Lisa showed up for Friendship and Vibes and then friendshiped and vibed. Excellent. Mars got ice cream, watched an episode of anime, and then spent the rest of the sprint talking about anime with Jacob. Great. Headed into the 3rd act from Bex. Maria finished the section of diamond painting was working on and moved some books around. Excellent. I too moved some books around. Finished Amari in the Great Game and then took out garbage and recycling. Excellent. Both reading and chores. Gotta love it. Bungo Stray Dogs. I started it eons ago and just never continued, so I thought I'd try it again. 5 episodes into season 1. That is the anime that Mars is currently doing. Not a favorite, but having a good time. That's all that matters. Jessica got 154 words that sprint and mostly made some food and ate spinach salad with carrots, tomatoes, cheddar cheese, fajita chicken, and raspberry vinaigrette. I would say that sounds delicious, but I have an aversion to spinach. So sans spinach with some other green lettuce sounds delicious. Finally finished the edits on my short story Horror and finished the first book in TBR Takedown. Excellent. You finished a book in TBR Takedown, which means you finished the TBR Takedown. You're done. You only have to do one. The rule is 1 book. Ta-da. Ta-da. I think I've read 5 books this month. 5 sounds right. This tracker over here will tell me. Oh, maybe not that one. That one? No, not that one either. This one? This one will tell me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. That'll be fair. The first 2 are short stories. So, 2 short stories, 3 novels. I do look like I'm in a book tunnel. I'm not mad about it. I kind of am in a book tunnel, honestly. There's books here, and here, and then here, and then here, here, and there. Ooh. Excuse me. I love spinach. It's my favorite leafy green. I mean, that's fine. I'm not the same, but yes, fine. Ta-da! Read several books so far, but I'm not counting myself as accomplished in the readathon until I finish the Invocations because it's my first physical read. That's fair. I decided, like, I'm trying to read. My plan is to read one book for every square on the bingo board, which is the hard mode, but I haven't assigned anything to a square yet. Like, I'm gonna wait until I get a little further in to start assigning things to squares. Because, like, what if I use a square that I could use later on for a book that could, like, if I use a book now that could have covered 8 squares and I pick 1 square, but then I have to read a book later on that's the only square that would work for. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I it was almost bad. It was almost bad. House of Leaves is over here, as you can see. And I could see House of Leaves doing me dirty like that. Like, it would fall on top of me, and then I would be stuck in the fucking labyrinth and would probably end up dying. So let's not. Okay. Gotta optimize the prompts. I'm such a bad reader. I've been in burnout, so I didn't try to write or read anything. Um, you know, burnout is fine. Like, it's just a cycle of life, man. You got to take it when it comes and do what you can or can't do. Burnout is when I typically will, like, reread a favorite book and, like, take my time. Like, if this moderately normal sized book takes me a month to read, but it's a favorite and I reread it, then that's fine, you know? Just took my meds. Friendly reminder to take your meds, friends. I will take mine once we start the next sprint. I don't like to take them on screen just because I know some people can have adverse reactions to, like, physically watching people take medication. So I always wait until I'm off screen to do it. But 9 o'clock is the time. So House of Leaves. So House of Leaves is. Oh. See, told you House of Leaves would be the one to take me out. Is this Beast of a Book by Mark Z. Danielewski. And it is a kind of about a house where this family moves in, a husband and wife, their 2 daughters, I believe. They move into this house, and the house measures larger on the outside than larger on the inside than on the outside. Yes, it's off. He measures it a couple of times. And then, like, has a friend come and help him measure it as well. So it's longer inside measurement than the outside measurement, and that doesn't make any sense. And that is the Mars will remind me, the Navidson record, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, Navidson record. So they live in the house. It's weird. They start doing this journey of them finding a door in the downstairs that is just like a hallway. And then once you get to the end of this hallway that's miles long, there's like a labyrinth, and there are multiple staircases. Some go up, some go down, some never end. Like, they travel down this one set of stairs for like a day, I think, at some point. And there's no end to it. Yes, I got it. The Navidson record. Yes. I say Mars should know because they've read it more recently than I have. Because I read this like 3 years ago. And that is inside of a book by an old man. I'll never remember his name. What is his name? Oh, this thing. Yeah, it's well, technically it is. a centimeter, but also half an inch. Same as the house. Yeah. It is. It's a half an inch. I think the house might have been a quarter of an inch, but I digress. Anywho, there is so the Davidson record is inside of this set of notes by an old man named Zampano. And Zampano went through and read the Davidson record, and then he wrote in his own notes of like what he thought was happening while he was reading the Davidson record. And then Zampano dies, and then his notes in the Davidson record are found by this guy named Johnny. And then Johnny then writes in his notes. And so there's like footnotes and stuff in here that are like written from Johnny and from Zampano. And also there's editor's notes in here as well from the editor of the book. And the last like 100 pages are just like appendices of footnotes appendices. And there are pages where things are written like at oddball angles. And sometimes there's just like one word on a page. There are pages where things are written backwards. There are things where things are redacted. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a very interesting book. So I gave this book when I read it, and I stick with this this rating. I gave this book 3 stars because in execution, like the amount of work that our friend Mark-Z Danielewski had to put into this book, 10 stars. Like he should get a 10 out of 5. Like all of the points. But there's a lot of like Johnny's story is really like he's a drug addict and he sleeps with lots of hookers, and he talks about all of that in here, and it does kind of like bleed into other things as well, but Johnny's point of view is kind of a hot mess. So I give it 3 stars, but it is a fantastic read as far as like mindness. I think it's on Julie's channel. Me and Julie and Amber did an entire review video, like a live of this. And Lala, Kayla at Books and Lala has also done a like full review of this. It was one of her books for her book club at some point as well. So imagining a ton of library now because of your background, I could be down with that. My OCD's reading is making reading hard because it's bothering me because I have books I want to read and books I'm enjoying. There is that. Hydrate or die straight. You don't want to do that. Forgot the meds. Take the meds. I think it's definitely an interesting book that I think anybody, if you can find it, you should read it. Vlog my reading of it because I knew it'd be a great time. I also think you found yours in a either at a discount store or in a little free library, didn't you? Like randomly, just found it somewhere because it is an expensive book because it's ginormous. But it's a fun book. It's an interesting book. Yeah. I am alive. Welcome, Devesha. Grapple Fry is here. It is a whole mood. It is a mood. Found it in the little free library. And I was shocked. I was so shocked I dropped it on the ground trying to pull it out. Yeah. It's a time. Like it's definitely a time. It's one of those ones where I definitely like if you can handle like the content in it, I highly recommend everyone read it just because it's an experience read. Like I said, as far as like the craft into the book goes, 10 out of 5 stars. There's a lot of things like if you look up to there's an entire website with entire what's the thing I'm thinking about? Message boards, message threads, kind of like a Reddit. There probably is a Reddit also of just people deep diving into this book and like matching all of the different things between the 3 different stories and, like, what's true and what isn't true. And there's also, like, footnotes in here that'll talk about, like, an article from a magazine in 1997 that had something to do with XYZ, and if you look up that magazine, that article will exist in the real world. So it is, like, definitely set within the real world as much as possible. And I always say the Navidson record, which is, like, the ghost story part of it, the weird house part of it, is the most interesting part, and you can 100% read just the Navidson record and not read any of Zampano and or Johnny's parts or their notes, and still have an experience. So if you ever are interested in just reading that part of it, you can do that too. So it's a time. It's a whole ass time. If you want an even wilder example of a book like this, you should check out S by J.J. Abrams and Doug Dorst. I think Amber and Julie read S and didn't like it, but I can't remember. I know there's one that they read that they didn't like. But yes, I've also heard Pierre Nessie is also for fans of House of Leaves, but more accessible to read. So there are things. We need to find a new timer, and it will be our final sprint of the evening. We're going to do a cozy fall timer because I don't know why, but because we are. And then it's got a lot of marginalia and page inserts. I had a great time. Also, XX by Ryan Hughes is another example, but I didn't like that one as much. And a DNF Pierre Nessie. Yeah, I've heard XX is good as well. XX is, I can't say what XX is because I don't think it's more science fiction-y than ghost housey. Because I don't think you're supposed to know what it is going in. I haven't read it, but I know what it is. So that's fine. This is not a spam. You are here when we are friends. You are allowed to talk. That is why we are here. Experimental fiction. Yeah. We also all believe that one day we're going to read, where is he? He exists. Here he is. We all also like to believe that we're one day going to read Cain's Jawbone and put it in order. If you've never heard of this, you obviously have never been on TikTok. Of course, I've heard of it, and I've never been on TikTok, so that's another thing for another nickel. But this was a book written in, like, I don't know, 1930 or 1920 or something, and 1934. And the entire book is written out of order. And you're supposed to take the pages out. You're supposed to cut the pages out. It even has, like, a line on it to show you that you're supposed to cut it out. And then you put the book in order of how the book is supposed to take place. But there are, like, no sentences that carry over from one page to the next. So that doesn't help you any. And I think there's, like, 6 murders, and you're supposed to guess, like, who all of the murderers are, who all of the murdered people are, how they were murdered, and who the murderer is, or something like that. And the original, there was only one person who solved it. And then I think it was last year or the year before, they did a like a revitalization of this story because it became popular on TikTok, and they reposted it and reprinted it. And I think 2 or 3 more people since then have solved the murder, and like you have to have like all of the answers. So did I buy a copy? Yes. Have I done more than just cut it out? No. Yeah, I think it's something like 4 or 5 people in the nearly 100 years it's been out, in the 90 years it's been out, that have solved it. It's 100 pages long. There are 6 murders. Good luck. Oh, Lord. Okay. We are going to do a final sprint. Is that what I want? Sure. We're gonna do a final sprint. It will be 45 minutes. We will return and talk about what we did during the final sprint. I'm gonna read some more of this book, and I will see you guys in 45. Well, friends, that was the end of our final sprint. So let me know, how did you do? I did not move from this chair. That's a lie. I ate dinner. I went and got some potato soup and heated it up and ate potato soup. But other than that, I did not move from this chair. I listened to my book. I'm currently at 60%. I'm having a good time. I'm liking it. I have questions, but it's good. I actually laughed out loud. I actually laughed out loud at a part. It was kind of cute. So yeah, that is where I is. You're welcome for sprints. Mars got to 244. Kelly vibed on Discord. All the fun things. Lisa's running away. You're welcome for companionship. Have a wonderful evening. My voice has given up for the evening. Will I continue working on these shelves tonight? Possibly. I might. The book is getting very gay and I'm having a good time. You know, there is that. My book is very not gay. It is very straight. But I am having a good time. Would it be better if it were gay? I don't know if there's even enough characters for that, really. Very few characters. There's like 5. So, you know. Hopefully, by next Saturday when I see you again, I will be finished with this book. We can hope. Boo, straight people. I mean, hydrate or die straight. So, will I be reading Lee Bardugo's newest book? I haven't decided yet. I probably will. I am not a fan of the Ninth House books. I actually DNF'd Ninth House because I was very bored. So, but I read the previous 2 YA series and liked those. So I probably will pick up the newest one, The Familiar. I'll probably just pick up like an audiobook and give it a shot, borrow the audiobook from the library or pick up the book from the library and try it out before I buy it. Because I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. Again, because I DNF'd Ninth House. So I also may at some point retry Ninth House. Because again, I've done that in the past where like I've read a book that in theory I should have liked, which actually is right next to me. Dark Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I had read other books by her and enjoyed them, and then read Darker Shade of Magic and didn't really like it at all. And in theory, I was like, this checks all of my boxes of a book that I should enjoy. And I know I like her writing because I've enjoyed other books by her before. So I was like, this doesn't make any sense. So like a year or 2 later, I read it again and I did really enjoy it and ended up reading the whole series and enjoyed the whole series. So I may at some point pick up Ninth House again and try again. Could just be like a moment thing because I have enjoyed other works by her before. So excuse me, I'm starting to wheeze. Never read a Lee Bardugo, but maybe one day I'll give one a try. Yeah. You might like Ninth House. Theoretically, I should like Ninth House, and you might like Ninth House. Have 20 books on loan at Libby. I got one this morning. What did I get this morning? That I was like, I'm for sure gonna have time to read that. Oh, it's on my list of books I need to read. The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead. It's my book club book for my local indie bookstores book club this month. And I also have One of Us is Back by Karen and McManus. I have 20 days to read those 2 books, which should be fine because It'll be all right. If I remember correctly, Mom liked Ninth House, and don't you two have opposite book tastes? See, that's the thing is Malin and I have book tastes where they either completely overlap or are complete opposite. So it's hard to know which one it's going to be because we do like some books exactly like the same. Like we both have books that we love that are the same, and we have books that we hate that are the same. But then also we have complete opposites. So it's like the Venn diagram that overlaps is very small, but when it overlaps good. So I don't, you know, it's complication. I've heard the things that people don't like about 9,000. It sounds like stuff I'd like, so that probably is what I go for. Yeah. People don't like how it opens, but I'm very interested by the stuff people didn't like about it. Yeah. And then I think The Familiar is a vampire story, like a historical vampire fantasy. So I remember correctly. Again, what do I know? I'm just here for reading books and being in a book castle. I feel like I'm in a book castle currently. This is absolutely wild. I definitely cannot let Raja in tonight because she will knock all of these over on the floor while I'm sleeping. I should also put this over here because this book is a lot sturdier. Anywho, that's going to be it for me tonight. Hopefully we're here again next Saturday. Will depend on, how I'm feeling. Since sickness likes to continuously take me out. We'll see. Until then, I'll just see you guys next time. Bye.